Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Pull Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Alright? Now look, so for this one, I'm gonna be telling y'all about a time when I smoked the police. How about that? Y'all let's be tweaking, bro. But before I tell y'all how I smoked the police, let's go ahead and smoke this blunt. How about that? Yeah, back on my Dutchess. I'm sorry. I can't do the woods. My bad. I can't do the woods. Y'all let's be tweaking, bro. I can't do it. Alright, that's the good weed. Now, let's get to it, right? So, we gonna hop in that time capsule, you know what I'm saying? We gonna go back to 2020. You know, I told y'all that was my year. I was clowning, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was acting a damn fool. And that little mark right there, no, Mr. Roll Up did not get beat up. Y'all ass tweaking, bro. I'm tired, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like 2:30 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no motherfucking rest, but I gotta give y'all this. How about that? Alright. So, like I said, let's jump in that time capsule. Let's go back to 2020, right? When I was just going through new cars, literally. I have a car for about a week. And I'll be like, all right, I'm tired of this car. It's time for something else, you know. So, at the time, the girl I was fucking with, you know, that was putting the rentals in her name for me and shit, right? You know, that's what street niggas do. We do shit like that, you know. We had girls put rentals in their name, like, you know what I'm saying, type shit. It don't even gotta be intentional. It's just that just be coming with the flow, man. But anyway, old girl, right? So she knew that I liked them SS Camaros. So she scrolling through her phone. She was showing me a SS Camaro, right? It was a 2020 SS Camaro. Bitch was sweet as hell, you know. It was all gray. It was just how I liked it, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be blue. And I ended up getting a blue one later on that year, but that was for another time. We on this right here, you know. But the gray one was available. So it was smoke gray with the smoke gray rims on it, right? I'm like, all right, bet, I'll take it. So she booked it, right? We had to go pick it up from the rental, the Hertz rental at the airport, Detroit airport. You know what I'm saying? DTW, whatever they call that shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about, you know. So, all right, cool. We go up there to go pick it up, right? When we get there, of course, just like rental companies and how they operate, they hey, you booked the damn car online and say, yeah, when you come up here, woo, woo, you know what I'm saying? And then you get there and it ain't there. You will book a Corvette. When you get there, it's a damn Mustang waiting on you. How about that? You know? So it was some shit like that, right? I'm thinking I'm about to get this Camaro. Hell yeah, it's on. Get up there. No. It was a Challenger. A Hemi Challenger. Oh, I was pissed. I was set on this SS Camaro, bro. Y'all ass tweaking. Hurts old as hell. Y'all ass tweaking, bro. So, the Camaro was the same exact color. Damn. The Challenger was the same exact color as the Camaro was. You know what I'm saying? It was the smoke gray with the smoke gray rims on it, right? The Hemi, right? I'm like, yeah, this motherfucking nice, but I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? The person that was, you know, doing the transaction, he like, man, come outside, man. So we went out there to the car. He hopped in it. He started that motherfucker. He hit the gas like 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, oh shit, this bitch loud for real. I'm like, man, get in, man. So I got in. I'm playing around, with the shit, turning the wheel, touching the gadgets and shit, hitting the gas and all that. I'm like, you know what? I might can do something with this. How about that? He like, listen. He like, man, when you pull out, put that bitch in sport. He was like, it's gonna have a whole different sound. He like, if you like the sound it is, that motherfucker got a whole different sound when you put it in sport, because I done had 2 Hemi Chargers back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. They didn't tweak them 5.7s over the years. You know what I'm saying? And them new 5.7 models, they different from them old 5.7s. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I'm like, shit. I'm like, damn, I kind of like this Hemi, He like, yeah, put that bitch in sport as soon as you pull up out of here. I'm like, okay, cool. So I get in, we pull off, right? Threw that bitch in sport. Nigga. That motherfucker got a whole different sound in sport. How about that? Like, that bitch rumbled the whole time, like, but when you turn on that sport, that bitch, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it got a kick to it. How about that? You got a kick to it, So I'm like, oh, shit. I like this motherfucker. I didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? I was built on that Camaro, but this Challenger shit is the next best thing. I'll take that, So I'm getting the feel of the car. I'm riding around first week or so, I'm like, damn, I actually like this motherfucker because I'm the type of nigga, if I do a car, I don't want to do it over again. And I know all these shit sound like a derail me. Y'all want me to get to the smoke and the police and all that. But come on, man. Y'all already know how I rock. I got to break everything down so it all makes sense as to why it happened in the first goddamn place. You know what I'm saying? How about that? So I'm getting the feel of it. I'm like, damn, I like this car for real. So girl, she hit me up. I don't know, it's probably like a week later, right? She like, yeah, they said they got that Camaro you want, but it ain't here in the city, She like, that motherfucker in Atlanta. I'm like, you know what? I'll come back for that. I'm like, I like this Challenger right now. This motherfucker straight. She like, hell no, nigga, you was tripping on woo woo. I'm like, you know what? I grew to like it. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna rock with the Chelly for a minute. Hey, anything I say, she do. You know what I'm saying? How about that? So when I was like, hey, we keeping the Chelly, she was like, hey, all right, cool. And it was my car. I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? I always drive it. She wasn't driving my cars, none of that shit. Like, them cars was just me. You know what I'm saying? It was just going in her name type shit, right? So I'm breaking this car in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this bitch kind of fast. I fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? I like the sound of it, everything, So at this point, it's starting to warm up. I think I had got it like that April, and I had it for like a month. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like going into that May, right? So it's warming up. 75, 80 degree days every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out here in the Hemi Chally, brand new boy, brand new, same year type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. So what I do, I go to the liquor store. It's time to pull up. How about that? So y'all know, I grabbed my 5th of Tito's. Because why not? No, you know what? I'm lying. At that time, I wasn't drinking Tito's. At that time, I was drinking the 1738. Yeah. Bold business. Y'all know my time be off, but I don't lie about shit, But yeah, at that time, man, I was drinking the 17. So I grabbed the 5th of the 17, right? Got the hoeing up. I was drinking at 17 at least 3 times a week. Like, you know what I'm saying? My body can't handle a lot of liquor. But that year, my stomach grew a little bigger for some liquor. You know what I'm saying? And I was popping that 17 at least 2-3 times a week. No cap. Everybody that know me will tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. I was popping 5ths of that shit every other day. And the brand new whips, all that, you know. Like, 2020 was a hell of a year. We need to run that year back. Shit. For real. Fuck what you heard, you know. But anyway, so I popped the 17. Of course, I'm off the roll up. Y'all know that, you know. So I'm fried and I'm drunk, right? So I'm flying this bitch down 8 Mile, right? Y'all know 8 Mile borders so many suburban cities. You know what I'm saying? On one side of 8 Mile is Detroit. Then the other side of 8 Mile, you got East Point, Warren, Hazel Park, Ferndale, you know, Oak Park, Southfield. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole lot of cities on the other side of 8 Mile. But on one side is mainly Detroit. That's off of 8 Mile on one side. And then the other side, 8 Mile, it's a whole bunch of suburban cities. You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway, with that being said, I'm in the Chally. Fried. You know what I'm saying? Fried out my mind. I'm doing a good 80, 90 miles an hour down this bitch. No cap. So I'm going east on 8 Mile. You know what I'm saying? I done came all the way from my hood, from 8 Mile Lasher area. I done flew that bitch all the way down to 8 Mile and Woodward. Pretty much at this point, right? So, while I'm flying that bitch, I'm just skimming through traffic. Flying around everybody, right? It was, if you in Detroit, you would know. I mean, I'm pretty sure this shit go on everywhere, but in Detroit, when you a handsome nigga and you got a fly whip and the hoes see you, oh, they get to following you. You know what I'm saying? They get to chasing you, all type of shit. They try and find out where you going, what you about to get into, where your homies at. Do your homies be on that shit you be on? You know, like, nigga, they on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You a handsome nigga in a nice car, the hoes on you, straight up. So I ended up flying past these hoes. They was on me. So they flying through traffic with me. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. I ended up leaving their ass at a light, right? Because they was trying to go through the light with me, you know, but the traffic from the other end of the light was starting to cross through. Like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? They let me get through because I was blowing that bitch. But the girls, they was a little behind me because they was in some slow shit. But they was chasing me the whole time, you know? So anyway, I left their ass at a light, right? I'm still flying that bitch. Vroom, vroom, vroom. I'm gone, right? They blew the light. You know what I'm saying? Because daylight was still red. They blew that bitch to come hawk me. You know, to come chase me type shit, right? I'm gunning that bitch. By this time, past the Livernois. Off of 8 Mile, Livernois and Woodward, it's not that far. It ain't even a whole mile. It's supposed to be like a mile, but like Woodward, like go at like a slant. So it's like, it ain't even a whole mile apart, Woodward and Livernois, right? So by the time I get to Livernois, like headed towards Woodward, right? I checked all around because it be hot right there. Like I said, this side is Detroit. That side over there off of Woodward, Livernois in that area, that's Ferndale, right? Ferndale police do not play. They do not play. Everybody know Ferndale do not play. And that's Oakland County. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with Oakland County, right? So I skimmed the whole area real quick. All right, I don't see no cops. Go straight through the Livernois light, right? Flying that bitch. I'm back 80, 90 miles an hour. Here come the hoes behind me. They trying to keep up with me, but I'm so gone, but they still trying to keep up with me, right? So by this time, as y'all know, here in Michigan, they call Michigan U-turns, but I'm pretty sure they everywhere, but they call them Michigan U-turns, right? So it's like, if you on this side of the street, and you try and get on this side of the street, it's like a little curve lane or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you drive around that'll loop you from this side of the street to that side of the street, right? So, with that being said, I'm gunning this bitch. I'm doing good 80, 90 miles, 90 miles an hour up 8 Mile, right? Just past Livernois. One of the Michigan U-turns, right? It was a cop coming up that U-turn. But I was going so fast, he couldn't clock me. But he seen how fast I was coming, you know what I'm saying? So while he coming around the curve, I'm shooting past his ass, right? So he tried to come around that curve as quick as he can. At this point, I know I'm caught. So I might as well run. Fuck that. I got no license. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a rental. I got liquor. I got weed. I'm fried. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the wrong things to be when you a young black nigga. You know what I'm saying? All the wrong shit, right? Especially dealing with a city like Ferndale. You know what I'm saying? Hell nah. So, when I seen the cop coming around the bend, I'm like, damn. I'm like, he about to come after me. I already know, I'm like, fuck it. I hit that bitch because it was over. I had too much shit in the car. And my license suspended. Hell no, I'm going to jail, DUI, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit. Like, man, fuck that. I wasn't going, right? So I'm flying that bitch. While I'm flying that bitch, he coming around the bend because now he about to hop out and pursue me, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't no traffic behind me because I blew traffic. I killed everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was just the hoes in that car trying to keep up with me and shit, right? So when I blew past the cop tried to come around the bend. He tried to jump out. I see him in my rearview mirror, you know what I'm saying? He tried to jump out, but the hoes like blocked him, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they was a little behind me, but I still smoked them, you know what I'm saying? But they was still behind me though, So anyway, by the time the cop got around their car to jump out on me, the hoes was just passing that bend, you know what I'm saying? So the cops had to stop, like boom. That stop gave me like a good 10 to 20 seconds, right? I know y'all like 10, 20 seconds. That ain't shit. Listen, when you a criminal, 10, 20 seconds, 10 to 30 seconds, that's a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So that little 10, 20 seconds, the cops got stopped. That shit gave me time to think. I'm like, nah. I'm like, if I fly straight down 8 Mile, they gonna hop on their walkie-talkies and they gonna tell they fellow officers in the area, to jump out on me. But I'm like, if I cut up Woodward, going back south, right? I'm like, if I go that way, I'm going into Detroit. And he could only chase me so far into Detroit. And then he had to like call it off type shit, So I'm like, all right, that's what I'm going to do, right? So it was the block before you get to Livernois. I don't know the name of the street, but it's the block before you get, the block before you get to Woodward, right? So I'm flying up 8 Mile. I see that side street right before you get to Woodward. By this time, the cop jumping out, here he come flying, you know what I'm saying? I cut down that side street real quick. I cut down the side street so hard that the rim made contact, the front driver rim of the car it made contact with the concrete, like the sidewalk. Like, that's how hard I had to hit that corner, you know what I'm saying? So it like caught it like bing. I'm like, damn, I hope it didn't flatten the tire, you know? But it didn't. So all right, I keep going, right? Get down to the next corner. I look right to left. I'm like, if I make this right, I'm gonna trap myself in here, you know what I'm saying? So I gotta make this left. Make this left, it take me to Woodward, you know what I'm saying? I get to Woodward, I gotta punch that bitch up Woodward, you know? So now the mission is to get on Woodward South, headed downtown. Cause I can get so far down Woodward and he just gonna have to turn around. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So I'm like, all right, there it is. I didn't want to cut down Woodward initially when I was on 8 Mile because that would have let him know my move. I didn't want him to know my next move. So that's why I cut down that side street real quick to try and confuse him, like, which way you go, you know, type shit. So by the time I'm pulling up to the Woodward corner, you know, off that street, pulling up to Woodward, boom, about to bust that right, Woodward South, you know what I'm saying? As soon as I do that, a car come flying past. So it stopped me. That's another 5 seconds, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of time in between the criminal and the cop. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of time. So that 10 to 20 seconds that the hoes had threw them off, the cops ended up getting that back. You know what I'm saying? When that car stopped me at that next corner, boom. So the cops, they got up on me, right? So by the time I'm turning on Woodward, I'm looking in my rear view. I see that cop pulling up to that corner where I got stopped at. I'm like, oh shit, he on my ass. And I left him, you know what I'm saying, way back there at that damn U-turn, but he gunned that bitch. Like, man, don't play with the police. Don't think they car is slow. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, by this time, I'm riding up Woodward, right? That first Michigan U-turn right there on Woodward, right, coming off of 8 Mile, going towards 7 Mile. It's a Michigan U-turn right there, right? That Michigan U-turn is sending you from this side of Woodward on over to this side of Woodward, right? With that being said, while I'm riding past that U-turn, an 18-wheeler was coming up there, that U-turn, coming towards my side of Woodward. So he about to make that U-turn to come on my side, right? My bad. I know the blunts. I've been smoking a lot of blunts today, you know. But anyway, he making the Michigan U-turn while I'm about to ride past, right? I ain't rolled past yet. I'm about to ride past. If I said I rolled past, I was bald. I didn't ride past yet. I'm coming up. I see his 18-wheeler. He going around, right? Everything moving so damn fast. I'm gunning this bitch. I see the boys behind me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to make this count. I'm through this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he just going to have to chase me so far, and then he just going to have to turn around because it ain't no other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got to go further and further into Detroit, you know? Shit, by the time we get to Highland Park, he going to turn around. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, this is the best move, right? So while I'm going up Woodward, right? Like I said, that truck making his U-turn, right? So literally while I'm coming past, he making the U-turn, he jumping out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he jumping out to turn this whole 18-wheeler truck, all the cargo trucking on it, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He got big haul. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't even stop at the stop sign. You know, it's a stop sign right there. As soon as you get to that U-turn, you know, right before you could jump out, it's a stop sign right there. He straight blew that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because of the haul he had, you know. And I ain't mad at him. I get it, you know. And he wasn't expecting me. You know what I'm saying? I just come gunning that bitch up Woodward, like, you know. So I understood it. But anyway, while I'm coming past, he cutting through like this. He almost hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up. And it was like, I seen the look on his face, you know, right before this shit happened. He like he was shocked. You know what I'm saying? But I hit the gas even harder. That bitch said, vroom, vroom, and got the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just missed me, you know? So by this time, I fly past, he's still pulling the U-Haul around, you know? By this time, he got, I'm calling the U-Haul, you know, the damn 18-wheeler, right? By the time he swing, you know, the head of the truck around to the back on the road, you know, going back up Woodward, coming the way I'm coming. By the time he was be able to swing the nose of the truck, the damn cop, he done already jumped out and he was trying to catch me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, by the time the cop came out that corner, dog was already jumping out. You know what I'm saying? So by the time he was able to like even get up to me, the 18-wheeler had him blocked off. Dog, man, I wish I could have recorded that shit. That shit was real life, like a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at it from the rear view, and the cop just had to sit there like, if you sitting there when a train come past, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the cop was sitting there, like he was sitting there like waiting on a train or some shit, you know? And this 18-wheel, he was taking his good time swinging that bitch. So I'm just gunning it. Gun that bitch all the way up Woodward. You know what I'm saying? Got the fuck on. Cop ain't catch me. I smoked his ass, you know? And it was the 18-wheeler that helped me out. So shout out to you. I know I don't know you, you don't know me, but hey, shout out to you. That was good looking, you know? But yeah, that's how I beat the cop. Because other than that, he was on my ass. He was going to chase me, you know? He was on me. Like, I'm like, damn, he not playing. You know what I'm saying? I thought I shook and baked him. No, he wasn't going for none of that. And when he got that extra 5 seconds when I got stopped, that was all he needed. You know what I'm saying? So don't play with these cops. Like, nah, don't think you know more than them, or, you know, you more advanced than them, or because your shit brand new. And this motherfucker was fresh off the lot. Brand new, same year. You know what I'm saying? And he still caught up with me. You know what I'm saying? Quick. Like, got right on me. If that 18-wheeler ain't pop out, he would have had me. You know what I'm saying? And not necessarily saying like I would have pulled over or anything like that. But long as then I reach where they could see you, you know what I'm saying? Even if they 3 or 4 cars behind you. As long as they got eyes on you, they got you. You know what I'm saying? Because they can call dispatch and be like, hey, he coming this way. This is license plate. This is the car, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And that cop don't got to pursue you no more because they already dispatched other officers in the area. And then they going to start coming out and getting on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when they come to running from the law, they can't have eyes on you. If they got eyes on you, you good as got. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. So I made sure their eyes was off me. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking in the rear view, and dog with the 18-wheeler, he saved me, bro. I swear to God, it was something out of a movie, straight up. Nigga saved me. Man, I was flying that bitch over Woodward. I got the fuck on, like, man, I made sure I ain't go up 8 Mile for the next week. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck that. That cop gonna have to see 100 great challengers, and this time before he even think about my shit again. Fuck that. So I stayed all 8 Mile and I was straight, you know. But yeah, man, that cop, he almost had me. Straight up. He was right there. Like, he was on my ass. I thought I got him, you know what I'm saying? Because I was already 90 miles up on him, you know what I'm saying? Before he even swung the damn U-turn. I was already 90 miles on him. Man, and the girl slowed him up right after that. You know what I'm saying? Straight hit the corner. His ass was right behind me. I'm like, damn. Straight up. So, yeah, man, don't play with the hook, because They know some shit too. How about that? Y'all lads be tweaking. It's been another episode of Roll Up a Power. So you get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.